Hello everyone, it's Gojira Prime here with a little video, and today I thought I'd go through some toy news with you in regard to the Transformers franchise. Not done one of these videos for a while, and there is actually quite a lot of news to get through. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So first off, as we're probably all aware by now, we have the new big Hasbro Pulse live stream that's coming on the 9th of June. Suffice it to say, that stream has now been rendered completely pointless because all of the toys that were probably going to be shown off or announced on the live stream have been leaked already via various sources, like a week or two before the actual stream. I don't know what Hasbro is doing, but they really need to get a better control of how information gets out here, because the only reason I now really want to watch this live stream is to see if they announce the new HasLab project, which, according to a few people online, they're not going to really do. So, in the last week, we have seen the final wave of the Age of the Primes be announced or shown off. We've got Swindle. That's going to sell out like absolute hotcakes. We've got a new Vector Prime, Joyride, Tailgate, Blanca, aka Point Blank, Fangry, Megazarak, and the Herald of Unicron. So let's start off with Swindle, the last of the Combaticons to be released. I've got Vortex, Blastoff, and Brawl. Onslaught is on pre-order. Swindle will sell out like absolute bloody hotcakes. I don't know why they do this. They seem to only release a limited stock initially, and then more do come out later. In regards to the robot mode for Swindle, I think he looks absolutely spot on, and the vehicle mode is, I think it's an okay Jeep mode at the end of the day. But let's be honest, if you do get Swindle, he's going to probably spend 90% of his time in combine mode to form Bruticus. So I'm not too bothered too much about the looks of these in some ways, because I know they're going to make a great combiner figure. But robot mode looks great. The cannon on the shoulder, I think, is massive overkill. And that's made up of the trailer that's attached to the back of the vehicle mode that you can see. I'm guessing they'll form some part of the combine mode as well. But yeah, Swindle looks fine, no problems there. Then on to Vector Prime, which is just a straight-up repaint of the earlier Vector Prime figure we have had. I do like Vector Prime, and I missed out on getting the older version of Vector Prime. This version is done in a gold color scheme, which is meant to represent his Galaxy Force incarnation toy from back in the day. Yeah, the robot mode looks great. I have no complaints about this. I probably will pick this up, although I'm trying to limit what Transformers toy lines I get now. I'm trying to be a bit more picky. I probably will pick up Vector Prime because I really do like that character. I think he was probably a standout character for a lot of people from Cybertron/Galaxy Force. The vehicle mode is what it is. It's some sort of Cybertronian clockwork jet, spacecraft, time machine, call it what you will. It looks fine. He'll be spending pretty much all of his time in robot mode, so that's okay there. Then we get on to Joyride, who is a Power Master. I have to admit, I have no interest in getting this figure. I really don't. I believe it's a repaint of one of the previous Target Masters that came out, but the Sure Shot, possibly, but don't quote me on that because I don't know the Target Masters very well. It looks all right. I have no complaints about the robot mode or the vehicle mode. Seems to be a very nice off-road buggy kind of thing. The Power Master, however, looks absolutely bloody awful. For those of you who aren't familiar with Power Masters, and a lot of people probably aren't because it was from the tail end of the G1 stuff, basically you were meant to, they functioned like an attachment to the figure, kind of like a minicon from Armada in some ways. You would plug them into the figure, and in the lore, it would allow the figure to then transform. Didn't work that way with the toys. I had a couple of Power Masters, and you didn't actually need them to transform the figure that I can remember, especially not with Power Master Optimus Prime. But yeah, it looks bloody awful. It sticks out like a sore thumb. It really, really does. They clearly have not put much thought and attention into this in any way, shape, or form. So I'm going to pass on this one quite happily, if I'm honest. Then we have Tailgate, who, let's be honest, prior to the IDW comics was a zero interest character for most people. with the IDW comics, especially the second half of the IDW comics, he became a lot more prominent because of his relationship with Cyclonus and Whirl. So yeah, it's a repaint, just like the original figure back in the day. It's a repaint of oh damn, his name escapes me now. I can't remember. The character's name is completely just gone out of my head now. That's ridiculous. But yeah, it's a repaint of a G1 figure and a repaint of a previous figure that we've just had. I'll put the name up here on the screen, but I now feel like a complete moron because I have completely forgotten what that character's name is. What's even worse is he's actually on the table in front of me, although you can't actually see it. Then we have the Point Blank character. Again, another Target Master. I have missed out on the Target Masters. I don't know why I've not been getting them. But yeah, Point Blank with his Target Master companion. Yeah, vehicle mode looks really, really nice. Looks like a really nice red sports car sort of thing. The robot mode looks okay. I have no complaint about that. The Target Master doesn't seem to have much in the way of articulation. It's literally like the old G1 things where you used to just fold them in half, which is a bit of a shame because the Target Masters or Power Masters, Prime Masters, whatever they're called, we had a load of them with the Siege line where they turned into handheld weaponry. They look much better than this, but all in all, I do like it. I may pick it up at some point, but it's not going to be on my pre-order list. Then we have Fangry. I have to admit, I know absolutely nothing about Fangry. I know he's a Decepticon. He turns into this weird wolf bat crossbreed thing, but that's all I know about the character. He is a headmaster by the looks of it as well. Robot mode looks okay. I have to admit, the animal monster mode is definitely very interesting. I don't think it's one I'll put on pre-order, but if I read a bit more about the character and I like what it is and the lore for him, I might pick him up. Then we get on to my personal favorite from this list, which is Mega Zarek. Now, I know it's just a repaint of the Armada Megatron figure we've had recently, and we've also had the Galvatron repaint of this figure as well. But I really do like this particular character. For those of you who aren't familiar with Mega Zarek, and again, I don't blame you if you've never heard of him because he was part of the Transformers Universe lineup and he had a bit of a story in a comic book, and that was it. He's a very, very low-key character. This is a version of Megatron from another universe where Megatron won the war against the Autobots, and Megazark basically slaughtered every single Autobot there was, and he also killed a fair few of his own troops as well. So he's an absolute psychopathic lunatic. He doesn't come with a Minicom partner, unfortunately, like he did his original release. And the original figure for this guy was a very limited edition figure. It was only available at BotCon, I believe, so it goes for a fair amount. Secondhand market, eBay, that sort of thing. So to get a modern day version of this figure, I think is great, and he'll definitely be on my pre-order list, to say the least. So then we get on to the last figure on the list, which is the Unicron Soldier, Herald of Unicron. I think it looks awful. I really do. It's a repaint and a remold of the Megatronus figure, but yeah, I don't like it. I just don't like it. If they had marketed this maybe as Unicron as a tank and refined the look of it maybe a little bit more, maybe I would have gone for this. But as it is, Herald of Unicron, not or Soldier of Unicron, not really interested. So I'll be passing on that one. So from this list, Megazarek's a definite. Fangry and Blanca or Point Blank are possible. Tailgate, yeah, more than likely because I'm trying to get a complete G1 collection in modern day figures. Vector Prime definite, and Swindle is an absolute must. So there's a few good figures in there. Another bit of news we've had is we are getting some, and this apparently is from JT Prime 17 with a post on TFW2005.com. We are getting more information coming through in regard to upcoming collaboration projects. There's going to be a Transformers Generation Prime, Gen Prime Seeker multi-pack. Now, don't know if that maybe refers to Transformers Prime, maybe. And we're getting some seekers for that one. I mean, currently all we've had so far is Skyquake and Dreadwing. And they were just repaints of each of the same figure. So, but maybe we're going to get something new. We're getting a Studio Series Dreamwave Sunstorm. That'll be an interesting one to have. So that could very well be a repaint and a remold potentially of either the new SS86 figures or the previous Earthrise figures. So I'd probably be interested in that one when it comes out. We were also getting a Fast and Furious 2-pack. And rumor is it will be a Nissan Skyliner GTR and another vehicle. If they're doing another vehicle with the Skyliner, my guess is it would have to be Dominic's Charger. I think he drove a Charger in the films. Been a while since I've watched them, but my guess is it would be a Charger of some sort. That would be my best guess. And that apparently is going to be going on pre-order during the San Diego Comic-Con later this year. And then, this is a really good one, we're also getting a Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine, which apparently is going to come with a Soundwave cassette, probably Ravage, that will be made to look like Scooby-Doo. I think that is brilliant. And I loved Scooby-Doo as a kid. I really, really did. I may have to pick that one up as well. I might even get the Fast and the Furious one too, actually, because I do like the Fast and Furious films. So that's potentially some good ones to get there also. And then finally, on the toy news front, at least, well, there's a couple more things. We've also found out from JT Prime as well, apparently. I love how they put here that thanks to JT Prime, who has proved to be a reliable source, every single leak this guy has made has been absolutely spot on 100%. So at this point in time, we can assume JT Prime either works at Hasbro or works in the factory where these things are made. That's got to be the way it goes. Anyway, he's given information to say that we're going to be getting a repaint of the Voyager Armada figure in his powered up form. So orange and white and blue, which is going to come with 8 minicons. Doesn't say what those minicons are. I'm guessing there'll be repaints and remolds of the Micromasters that we've had over the last 4 or 5 years. Or they could be completely new molds. I don't know, but still, very interesting to see what that one comes at, especially interesting to see what the minicons look like. So that should be very interesting as well. And then for another end of the spectrum, final bit of news is Monster Jam collaborations. This is another collaboration between Hasbro and some other company. I don't know what Monster Jam is, if I'm brutally honest, so forgive my ignorance. But we are getting 2 figures. Furioso, which is, excuse me, a monster truck that looks like a bull. These look like very, very simple toys, so they are clearly aimed at the younger generation. Looks like they suffer from hollow leg syndrome, very limited articulation, no accessories. But it looks like there'll be a fun thing for younger kids to enjoy. So we've got Furioso there, which is a bright orange monster truck that turns into a Minotaur. And then we've also got Big Tooth, which transforms from a monster truck shark car into a robot. Actually, I just thought, Monster Jam, that's Mattel, that's Hot Wheels. So these are Hot Wheels repaints, actually, aren't they? So Hot Wheels inspired figures. I thought they were doing them pure as the more collector's market one, actually. Yeah, Monster Jam is Hot Wheels. So these are Hot Wheels tie-ins, so that's okay. So we've got a few different things here. We've got something that's aimed for the younger kids. We've got something that's aimed for the collectors. There are a few bits and pieces in there I'm definitely going to be picking up, and a few I'm certainly interested in. But hey, let me know in the comments section what you think. Are any of these figures of interest to you, or are they all a complete pass? Personally, I'm glad to see that we're getting another Transformers Universe character, and I do hope we're going to be getting some more of them as well, because there are a lot of Transformers Universe characters that have not had a new figure since the early 2000s, and a lot of them are actually pretty interesting ones to do. But again, let me know in the comments section. Thanks for taking time to watch this video. Hit like, hit subscribe, and have a very, very nice day.